Hello friends, let me see. It's like slightly before 8. I said I would be live at 8. So I'm thankful for anyone that wants to hop on. So what is the point of this little video? Basically what I want to share with people is that they have a lot of power to add new thoughts to their mind, but it's hard. It's a high expectation to have of yourself that you're just gonna magically going to be flooded with positive thoughts, right? So hey Liliana, hey Dad. It's hard to think that like magically you're going to have new positive thoughts that are just going to magically implant in your mind. So instead of just hoping and wishing that that will happen, you can instead add thoughts very purposefully, very strategically to something you're already doing. So say you're washing your hands. A lot of people are washing their hands. I mean, I think people washed their hands before, but now it's even more of a thing. So say you're just washing your hands like a normal everyday. You just take your hands, you put some soap on them, you're washing your hands. It does not have to be a mindless experience. And it doesn't even have to be something that, it doesn't have to be like you're singing this, I mean, the happy birthday song is kind of fun. But what if instead, every single time you wash your hands, you put a thought in your mind that happens at that exact moment that says, I'm taking care of myself. I'm taking care of myself. I'm taking care of myself. I'm taking care of myself and my family. I'm taking care of myself and my family when you're washing your hands, because it's something that you're already doing. When you're brushing your teeth, you can train your brain to have specific thoughts while you're doing something else. So the easiest way to start a habit is to attach the habit to something that you already do. So I'm going to tell you what I say in my own mind, but I'm going to say it out loud to you as I do each step of this. As you know, I'm a therapist. I'm a marriage and family therapist, but I'm also a beauty lady, a Mary Kay senior citizen, and follow along with whatever, with what I'm sharing that I do. So cleanse. So cleansing. So I'm going to show you, this is the cleanser that I use. It's a Mary Kay cleanser. It is a 4-in-1. I happen to like when things do more than one thing at the same time, but I'm going to show you how I do it. But more importantly for this video, it's what I'm saying. It's the thought process behind that. Oh, did my earring break? No, I'm trying this new thing where I'm doing 2 different earrings. Isn't that cool? So you know me, I always like to be a trendsetter, Miss Katie Cartfield. I like to be a trendsetter. So I'm just going to show you. I'm just dampening my face, and I'm going to just put a little cleanser on my fingertip. And really, that's literally all you need. And more important than what I'm doing is what I'm saying to myself. So this is cleansing my skin, but when I come here to my brain, this is where I imagine and I visualize myself also cleansing the prefrontal cortex of my brain. So that's your like decision-making center of your brain. When you're in a fear response, your amygdala, which is this little tiny almond-shaped thing in your brain, has taken over and it's trying to hijack you into a fear mode. But instead, I'm activating, in my mind, I am activating my prefrontal cortex by massaging the cleanser into my forehead and saying, any thoughts that I'm having that are not serving me well, you are free to go. So I'm like picturing myself scrubbing my own little brain in there. If this is totally weirding you out, I understand, but I'm a very experiential therapist. And so I like this experience of feeling like, yep, if there's a thought that I'm having that is not helpful for my decision making, I'm going to scrub that thought away. I'm going to cleanse that part out of my brain. So that's the cleansing part. I just say, if it's not serving me well, it needs to go away. And I cleanse that cleanser away. So that's cleanser. I feel like that is like I'm cleansing my face, but I'm cleansing my brain at the same time. So that's cleanser. And I find that to be very, very helpful. Microdermabrasion. So microdermabrasion is a physical scrub. And this is for maybe like anything that's from the outside world that thinks it's going to get stuck. It thinks it's going to get stuck on one of your little skin cells, and it thinks it's going to stick to you. Like maybe you are watching the news, or maybe you are on a Facebook deep dive and you're way into anxiety land. So I use the microdermabrasion to scrub that away. It thinks it's going to stick to my face, but it is not. So here, I'm going to show you what that looks like. I'll just put a little on this cheek. and I'll kind of tell you what I'm saying to myself as I'm going to do a little bit of microdermabrasion, and a little dab will do you with this too. So as I'm scrubbing, I can physically feel, these are little tiny microbeads, I can physically feel, it feels really good, that the dead skin is coming off. So in my mind, what I'm saying is, anything from the outside world that thinks it's sticking to me, that thinks it's going to stay with me and impact how I think, how I act, and how I feel, nope, I'm scrubbing you away. I'm scrubbing you away. Nope, you do not get to stay here anymore. So that's how I deal with microdermabrasion. The next one that I do, this is for thoughts that are more of a loop. If you've ever had a thought that has ever been in a loop in your head, hit me with a like right now. Like, it's not a helpful loop, but it just seems to be playing on repeat, this specific thought process. Oh, thank you. I like my headband too, and I straightened my hair yesterday, so I'm utilizing it to my advantage here. So this is, if you've got a pesky loop in your head, and it's looping and looping and looping, that is what I feel like this peel is good for. So the peel, this is called the Revealing Radiance facial peel. But this, because what this actually does, I'll put this on this cheek. So I've got this cheek microderm, I've got this cheek facial peel. And because it's not a moisturizer, I'm not actually rubbing it into my face. I'm kind of like frosting a cake. I'm just gonna let that hang out here for a second. But what this does is this breaks down the skin, so there's skin cells and they're connected together. This breaks down the bond between each skin cell, so it reveals the skin underneath, right? So what I picture those loops, those thought loops that are not serving you well, I picture them like these little chains that are all connected. And what this is doing is it is breaking the chain, breaking the chain, breaking the chain of the skin cells that are happening here. But I'm imagining it working on a thought pattern that maybe is not serving me well. So I imagine this getting down to that thought pattern and breaking the chain in that thought pattern so it cannot continue. Again, this may be too, I don't know, weird for some people. I find my therapy clients really enjoy having a full experience of, okay, this is how I'm in charge. I'm in charge of something. And when you feel like you can be in charge of something, even for just a moment, oh my gosh, it gets the oxygen back in your lungs, and it feels really good. So that is the thought processes that are not serving you well, and you break those chains between it. And that is by using the Revealing Radiance Facial Peel. This is one of my favorite. So the charcoal mask. So this is known for pulling out impurities, right? Hey, Glory V. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just put a little bit, I'll just put this on my nose so you can see what that kind of looks like on my nose. And then this actually smells good too. The sense of smell is so important to feeling calm. I don't know if you've ever lit a candle that has just a nice smell to it, or if you've ever used, some people use the essential oils and they just have just a nice fragrance that makes them feel soothed. If you've ever walked into a spa and you get that, like, just that smell of like, ooh, that it almost feels like this smells like a spa to me. So what does this do? The charcoal mask pulls out impurities that are in the pores. So this is deep fears. This is going deep. And then, oh, hello, Mom. So this is the deep fears. So we're going to keep this on, and you're going to get the deeper fear. So what I do is I'll close my eyes, and as I'm putting this in, I imagine it working. I imagine it getting deeper and deeper, and I am just thinking to myself, okay, like what is coming, what is coming up for me? And if I've already done my cleanse, I've cleansed the easy things away, I've already done my scrub, anything from like Facebook or the news or anything that tried to attach itself to me, I've already, that's gone. The thought process loops, I've already weakened those chains, so those thought loops are gone. This is going deep dive of usually the more overarching, like when your fears are there, the overarching fear is probably, it might be under the heading of out of control. I don't feel like I'm in control. When you feel like you're not in control, that's when you have to go real deep, get grounded in yourself and say, okay, what is the real fear? And whatever that real fear is, imagine that this charcoal mask is going deep and it is pulling any of those impurities, any of those thoughts that are not serving you well. It's pulling them to the surface, and it is as you wash it, you are washing it away, washing it away. Think of how many metaphors, just in life, in religions, in, stories, the washing away of things. It's such a helpful metaphor, and it's even more helpful when you can do it physically and feel that release of stress. So charcoal mask, that helps get that all out of you. Amazing. Then we've got these little fun guys. So that's kind of more about yourself, right? All the things that we just did was more about yourself. The next thing we're going to do has a little bit more to do with others. And so I'm going to put this here. These are these hydrogel eye patches. They're amazing. But when I put these on, I remind myself that I have to have, oh, great. Oh, Glory V says, great visual, washing your fears away. I agree. So I'm gonna put this up like this. So these are my hydrogel eye patches, and they are very soothing. And what I like to do when I put these on is I take deep breaths. Again, we have cleansed away any thoughts that weren't serving us. We've exfoliated away anything that tried to stick to us, like Facebook and the news. We've broken down the chains between thought patterns that weren't serving us. We've now done the charcoal mask that's sucking out the deeper fears. The hydrogel eye patches are a reminder to me to look at everybody in this world with a grace-filled lens, including myself. To know that everybody is doing the best that they can with the skills and the talents and the resources that they have at that given time. And to really have that compassionate view of everyone. It's a physical reminder of how to look at others. It's a physical reminder to say, you know what? Everyone's doing the best they can. Let me look upon them with grace-filled eyes. This also hydrates the area around the eyes, which I find to be very soothing and helpful as well. So when you're looking at people with grace-filled eyes, you, how many times a week can you do the eye patches? You know what? I should probably look into that because I've been doing them like every night. Let me see. It probably says it on there because that is a good question. I'll read the box and then I'll post below. That was a very good question by Miss Shatikwa, because guess what? I've been using them kind of nightly. They help me because when I have this underneath my eyes, I have the physical sensation of looking at the world with a compassionate worldview, but also to look at myself with a compassionate worldview and to tell myself, you're doing awesome. You are being the best home teacher that you could possibly be. You are running the best Mary Kay business you can possibly run. You are serving your therapy clients the best way you possibly can through telehealth. You are providing stability in your home. I mean, I just try to say the most kind things to myself when I have these on my eyes, and it makes me feel like I'm taking care of myself. So that really brings us to our final thing is, and right now it's so funny, I have 5 different things on my face. I've got my cleanser up here, I've got my microderm here, I've got my peel here, I've got my charcoal mask here, and I've got my eye patches here. So really what I'm doing is I'm gonna take all of this off. I'm gonna do 2 last things. One is my vitamin C serum, and this is a replenishing serum. So what that's gonna do is it's going to replenish my skin from all this exfoliation, because when you exfoliate, you wanna replenish. And when I replenish, you almost feel it. It's like when you're drinking water and you feel real parched, it's like, and what that message to yourself is I got you. I got you. I am going to take care of you. And that's the message I want you to say to yourself is I'm going to take care of myself. I can trust myself to replenish anything that the world's trying to take away from me. I can replenish my cup, and I am going to participate in self-care. That's what that serum's about. And then the moisturizer has a very similar thing. The moisturizer basically is just saying, I'm taking care of myself, I'm going to soothe this skin, and I'm going to lock in all of the good work that you just did. I'm going to protect. I'm going to make sure that nothing else that tries to get at you, I'm going to protect you, and you don't have to worry about it. So I like to put my little night cream on at night. So I've done all the things. I've scrubbed away thoughts that weren't helping me. I've scrubbed away things that tried to attach themselves to me. I've broken down the chains and unhelpful thought patterns. I've sucked out the deep fears. I've sucked that all out. I've replenished my cup because I can take care of myself and I can trust myself to take care of myself, and I've protected myself. And I'm going to bed at night, I am protected, and I can trust that I can and will continue to take care of myself. So I love that. The neural pathways, basically, to dig a new one, like this is how I envision it. I envision that there's some neural pathways in our mind that are just going to be easy to pop onto. We're just going to pop into that one because it's an easy neural pathway. It's already been dug, it's there. To dig a new one takes consistent effort. So that's why I tell everyone to attach it to a habit that already exists, because then you will get your daily repetitive action. So when I wash my face, that's why let me implant these great thoughts. I'm already going to be washing my face or doing a skin treatment anyway. So I'm going to dig the neural pathway while I'm doing this. So I picture me being in charge of digging this neural pathway, and it helps me to know that with each shovel, each time I just keep going, it's going to be easier and easier for me to fall into this new neural pathway, these new positive, hopeful thoughts, these new feelings of confidence in myself that I got this, I've got this. Just want to make sure I didn't forget anything. Oh yeah, establishing a habit. It builds by daily repetition. If you want it to become a strong neural pathway. People always say to me, Liz, you're so positive. Liz, you're so, you always think everything on the positive side. But I will tell you, it's only because I do these things. It doesn't come from the wind. I can't sit and watch a million hours of the news or scroll Facebook endlessly and see the terror in people and think I'm going to just pop up and be like, everything's going to be great. Because that is shielding yourself from a reality. And that's not what I'm doing. I'm fully based in, I know what is happening, but I also know what I have power and control over. So I'm digging that new neural pathway of what I have control over. And that is myself, how I feel, taking control of what is allowed to permeate me. So I think that's what I've got. Living, oh yeah, okay. I want to live in a life that I have created, and this helps me live in the life that I've created. And I've created a life by design, not by default. That to me gives me confidence and hope. And I love that. Makes me feel like if you can add skincare and makeup, oh, I love you, Glory be, yes, 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 girl, controlling the controllables. That's exactly right. If you would like some skincare samples sent out to you or some makeup samples sent out to you, holler at your girl or your boy or me. And that is what my mission is with my unit. I'm telling them, if you have samples, get them into people's hands, because people can start to do this transition of their neural pathways now with just their very first time that they wash their face. Of course, I think Mary Kay has great products. And another great piece of news is we've been asked by the government to create hand sanitizer. So now we are an essential business, so we're not getting shut down. So Mary Kay products you need, we're going to continue to make them for you, so you will not run out, and your girl or your boy or whoever's your Mary Kay hookup is going to be able to provide you with the excellent customer service that we are known for. So just holler at your girl, holler at your boy, holler at me, and know that you can dig a new neural pathway just by attaching thoughts to something that already exists. So you already wash your hands, attach the thoughts there. So I love you guys. I'm loving seeing all these hearts. It's making me feel so loved. Love you guys. Please have a great night. Stay safe. Love each other. Be good to each other. And most importantly, know that you have power to change your thought pattern. You have that power. I'm giving it to you. I'm passing it along to you. You can dig that new neural pathway with positive thoughts. And it's not being Pollyanna, and it's not having rose-colored glasses. It is by choosing the thoughts that you're going to live by. It's choosing the life you want to live. It's fighting for the life that you want to live. And you still have all the power to do that. So, love you guys. Have a great night.